Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 action horror film VFW, or which stands for Veterans of Foreign Wars, and it's a film that's directed by Joe Begos and it stars Stephen Lang, William Sadler, Fred Williamson, Martin Cove, David Patrick Kelly, George Wendt and Tom Williamson. Now, this is a film that focuses on a bar called VFW that is run by Stephen Lang, and it's a bar for war veterans. However, in this dystopian type future or past, it doesn't make it clear in the film, there is like this really popular drug on the streets that kind of turns people into mindless mutant type people, I suppose. Very popular, and this one girl steals all of the local drug lords' drugs, runs into this bar VFW, and she is pursued by every single member of this gang in order to try and get these drugs back. However, what they aren't prepared for is this veterans bar being full of grizzled war veterans who aren't about to give up this girl anytime soon and are duty bound to protect her. So an assault on Precinct 13 style standoff ensues to see who will come out on top. Right, so what are my thoughts on VFW? Well, I have to say I was really quite pleasantly surprised by this film. Initially I kind of didn't pay an awful lot of attention to this film, and then when I looked into it a little bit more and I saw the cast and I saw the concept, I was immediately sold. I mean, a film with these veteran actors in it, with this style of film, what is not to enjoy here? And there is an awful lot to enjoy here. This kind of, it's almost like a cross between Assault on Precinct 13 this and Hobo with a Shotgun, and by that I mean it's got the ultra violent retro feel of Hobo with a Shotgun, and definitely Assault on Precinct 13 vibes as well. So it's like a cross between those two with a retro music score over the top and retro lighting as well. So it's very stylistic looking film, very retro looking film, and it's not subtle in that really, and it's quite a clever film in that sense. So with all those ingredients sprinkled into it, we've got here a really highly entertaining and fun film to watch that is not for everybody, and by that I mean this film does not hold back on the violence. When I say it's ultra violent, it really is ultra violent. It does cover some of that up with some dark shots, which I think personally harms the film at times. It is a little bit too dark at times, this film, and for me, if you're going to show this ultra violence, show it in all its glory. You don't need to necessarily hide it with dark shots and things like that. So I thought some of the dark shots harmed the film. I thought some of the fast close-ups, fast edits and close-ups didn't help either in some of the action scenes. They were a little bit too fastly edited and a little bit close at times, and it was a bit hard to follow the action now and again. But those are minor niggles, the darkness and the fast edits and things like that. Generally speaking, what you've got here is a really highly entertaining film with flawless performances by veteran actors doing their stuff. Stephen Lang plays a real badass in the film. Well, they all play real badasses, but Stephen Lang in particular, it's a role he does particularly well, and he's been doing it for years. He's a really fantastic actor, Stephen Lang. Doesn't always get the credit he deserves. He's brilliant pretty much in everything that he does. The rest of the cast are on board here. They all deliver really fun performances, tongue-in-cheek performances for the most part. It's very self-aware, this film. It doesn't necessarily take itself too seriously and doesn't ask you to take it too seriously. It knows what it is, and it's just a highly entertaining, ultra-violent film that yes, you could argue it's fairly predictable. What you suspect is going to happen does happen. Do some of the Stephen Lang's comrades fall? Yes, of course. I'm not going to tell you who. So you've got all that sort of stuff going on in the film as well. Yes, there is an air of predictability. Yes, some of the shots could have been shot a little bit better. Yes, the lighting could have been a little bit better here and there. But it's a fun film. I really enjoyed it. I thought the action was nicely done for the most part and fun to watch, and the violence was fun to watch. But also, usually in films like this, if you don't have accomplished actors, in the sections in between, where they're talking, having conversations, discussing strategies or whatever, having quiet moments, these characters are so engaging and so entertaining and so effortlessly portrayed by these actors. You don't mind when it slows down. You want to have more conversations from these characters. You want them to interact a little bit more, because there's great chemistry going on with all of them, and you are genuinely a little bit gutted when some of them start to fall. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by this film. It's definitely worth checking out. It's not a flawless film. There are quite a few flaws in it here and there, and it's definitely not for everybody, so watch it with caution. But I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I was quite pleasantly surprised by this film, and it's definitely worth checking out. So that is my review for VFW. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you back here, of course, for more reviews on Screen Stars very soon.